Hello guys, it's Insubordination here with another episode of my Hunger Games commentary series. And in this game, I'm going to be playing the Boxer kit, and this is more of a showcase of the defensive strategy, where you just kind of go off to a corner and mine rather than hunting, which is a strategy that I like to use when I'm on a streak of not doing so well, or just losing to hackers or teams or whatever, and just getting annoyed with it. I like to just sit back, relax, mine some iron, get full iron, and then hope for the best. So this actually ends up being one of the quickest games I've ever played in Hunger Games, which is interesting because there's 118 players left. So this is a very big difference from the 34-player, 45-minute game I had in that friggin' Towers commentary. This is going to be a 18-minute with 118 people, so much more fun of a game, this one. So I'm just getting mushrooms, I'm getting logs, I'm getting all that stuff that you want before you go underground. You always want to have a good base of items before you go underground, because you don't want to be underground and die to mobs or whatever. So I get under here. There's some zombies that are giving me some trouble, but I finish them off, and then I just make myself a stone pick, and then I get right to mining. My goal is pretty much to have iron pretty quickly, but then I get endermaged up by Street Fighter 87. And so I decided to just fight it out with him. Really no reason not to. I am Boxer, so I've got a PvP advantage. I throw a full soup, but then I'm fighting him pretty well. I get a nice refill, throw another soup, so, you know, not really a great fight. I am on a not doing too hot lately. But then this Joe-Ped guy comes in behind me, and he doesn't really seem to be joining the fight. I don't notice, if you notice, he says, I sub Insubordination, so he's actually a subscriber of mine. Which I didn't notice at the time. So I was wondering why he wasn't joining the fight. So I get a lag spike here right as right as Joe-Ped kills Street Fighter. And then I try to get a quick refill before Joe-Ped comes here, but then he is blocking with his sword, and I'm not really sure why. And then I see he's talking in the chat, and he says that he's a sub, so I stopped hitting him. But, you know, I'm not really teaming this game, so I'm sorry, Joe-Ped, that I was not teaming this game. But, you know, I just wanted to make this gameplay here, so I wasn't really in the mood for a team, and I generally don't like teaming unless it was predetermined beforehand. So, sorry, Joe-Ped, that I wasn't able to team with you, but you can get a shout-out in this video, so there you go. So yeah, so after this point, a couple kills, 1 kill I guess, I just decided to keep mining my iron. And there's only 20 players left, so people have been dying like crazy. 7 minutes in, only down to like past 20, so a lot of people are dying this game, which is why it ends up being so quick. And I'm just sitting in my cave having a good time getting my iron. And yeah, getting iron is a good strategy if you just wanna... Pretty much Hunger Games can be broken down into... Your percent chance of winning the Hunger Games can be broken down into your percent chance of winning one encounter with another player multiplied by the number of encounters in a game. So in order to increase your chances of winning the Hunger Games, there's 2 ways you can do that. One is to increase the chance that you're going to win an encounter, namely get better at PvP, and the other way to win is to decrease the amount of encounters you have per game, which would be something like this, playing defensively, not going for kills. So yeah, so pretty much if you're just going for a win, the defensive strategy really is the best strategy. If you're going for an interesting gameplay, then obviously the offensive strategy is going to be the best, and if you're going for kills, that probably would also be the offensive strategy. But I like to go defensive every now and then just to kind of even it out. So at this point, I've got full iron, and I'm ready to start hunting the last only 7 players left, with 12 minutes remaining in the game. So this has been a very quick game overall, and I'm just going to dig down to this guy, who was actually probably pretty near where I was before I mined up, but, you know, I didn't really see him under there before. And he turns out to be all the way at bedrock, which is annoying. I gotta make myself a new stone pickaxe. So you know they're deep down when you gotta make a new pickaxe, but yeah, so I'm just digging over to him. I figure that if he's probably either got full iron or getting full iron, I want to take him out before he has full iron, if possible. So I get down to his level. He is all the way at bedrock, and he doesn't actually have iron, and he doesn't even use any of his soup, even though he did have soup. So I take him out, and then I'm just gonna take some of his building materials, take some of his wood, and then climb back up to the surface to continue hunting. And so as I get about to here, I start noticing names above me. See those names there? There's 2 guys. And so pretty much I have the choice whether to keep going up or to just stay down here. And I decided to stay down here for 2 reasons. One reason is that if there were, so you can see he didn't have iron, so I just finished him off. But one reason to stay in your hole if you see a team above you is that if they jump in at you, they'll have to fight you kind of in a group, and they won't know who they're hitting if they both jump in your hole, so that'll be good. And the other reason was because I felt like I could get a good angle on them because they would be above me. So that's why I stayed in the hole rather than going up. But yeah, so killed that team. They didn't have any armor. Not too hard of a fight. And then I just move on to the last player in the game. So yeah, 17 minutes, last player in the game, which I was pretty surprised that like the feast had just been announced when I find him. He is a scout, so he slashes down his speed potion, but he does not have nearly as much armor as me, and the speed potion does not turn out to be enough to save him as I kill him right there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this defensive gameplay with the boxer kit, where I try out a strategy that I don't use too often. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and that you remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.